Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, one of the coolest watches I've shared in a while from Omega. This is the Constellation Globemaster annual calendar. The modern Globemaster came out in 2015. It was a revival of the famed but long-absent pie pan style Constellation, first pioneered in the 50s. And then the Globemaster became an annual calendar in 2016. Several years later, this 2021 evolution bowed, now with a lovely metallic brushed green dial. So this is the full package for me. One of the coolest watches that Omega makes in its coolest complicated variant with the best aesthetic of case, bezel, and dial. The case is steel, the bezel is a sort of blue-gray, ultra-hard tungsten carbide, and of course the green speaks for itself, a very popular dial color over the last half-decade. 41 millimeters in diameter. It's a sizable watch. I would say neither oversized nor undersized. It's a full-sized watch. 41 in diameter, by 15 thick, by 49.8 from lug to lug tip, with a 20 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. Keep in mind, this is an unbroken in strap, extremely stiff. It will become more flexible as it breaks in. Keep that in mind as I pull the strap fairly tight around my wrist, which exaggerates the size of the watch. You can see from over the top, that's probably your worst perspective for gauging whether a watch actually fits on your wrist. The definitive angle is going to be this down the barrel one, where you can see that this just fits me. And the further you get away from my arm, the more you realize that, yeah, it does fit. So if your wrist is my size or larger, game on. If your wrist is smaller, go with the traditional 39 millimeter Globemaster. The strap is beefy. We have medium rectangular scale alligator leather that sort of segues into large. So in general, a very good cut of the animal, rectangular symmetrical scales. The timepiece features a little bit of bolstering of the strap closer to the case, though it thins out as you move away. A semi-gloss finish. You can see we've got edges that are folded with a monotone stitch, calfskin on the bottom, Omega factory strap, no crimping, no gouging, brand new strap. The buckle, satin and polish, twin trigger release, so it cannot open inadvertently. And then we have the little system. There are these two little lobes and then a pin, and you actually tuck this in, you lock it down, and then all the excess length hides underneath the straps. There's no need for minder loops, and it's a very clean look. A long-running clasp design at Omega, partly because it works so well. Looking at the case, more of a tonneau than a round case. That's a distinctive feature of the modern Globemaster. There's some well-chosen bevels here. It is quite attractive. The lugs are a little bit stubby and then squared off on their underside. The bezel is distinctly a different color when you see it in person. It's almost like tantalum in that it has a bit of a faint blue hue to it. The crown is a push down, not a screw down, but the watch still boasts 100-meter water resistance. Put it on a water-resistant strap, you could surface swim this. The crystal is designed to evoke a 1950s pie pan Constellation plexiglass. It is a sapphire crystal, though its camber and loft make it look like a plexi due to the distortion off axis. The nice thing about this watch is between the bubble-like sapphire and the tungsten carbide bezel, the two parts least likely to scratch are the ones that are most likely to take the hits and impacts, so this watch should prove durable. The dial features a metallic sunburst screen with individual facets, and the facets in between the applique hour indices actually serve a purpose of representing months. So just as Andreas Streller did with the Moser perpetual calendar system, Omega uses these 12-hourly increments to represent the 12 months of the year, and it is an annual calendar requiring only one adjustment annually during the jump from February to March. We'll do a quick loom shot here so we could see the watch as it looms. It looms quite well. The dial features a date disc that's the same color as the dial. Thank God for that. Well done, Omega. Applique indices, logo and marquee, upscale aesthetic. Then we have a quick set here that allows us to quickly and easily change the date. And then in the opposite direction, we can quickly and easily change the month. Pull the crown out all the way, you activate hacking seconds. You can now set the watch to a known accurate reference time. The star at the base of the dial and the image of the observatory on the caseback to remind us that the original constellation was an observatory chronometer. This one is a master chronometer. So master chronometer, or METAS, is a standard created by Omega and the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology. Now, this is not some proprietary back-padding by Omega. Anyone can get the master chronometer certification if they meet the standards. So this is not some sort of Omega in-house exclusive. This is something that is more demanding than the COSC. If your watch can meet it, a feather in its cap. It involves fully cased up 6-position chronometry testing. To COSC standards, you only have 5 positions and a bare movement. Master chronometer, 6 positions, fully cased up watch, but it also includes winding efficiency, power reserve, durability, water resistance, and anti-magnetism to over 15,000 Gauss. Remember, 80,000 ampere per meter or 1000 Gauss, that is 1,000 Gauss. So highly anti-magnetic to the point of being almost amagnetic. Twin barrels, automatic winding, 60-hour power reserve. It's caliber 8922. It's based on the 8900 series. Full balance bridge, free-sprung balance for shock resistance as well as precise timing. Anti-magnetic balance, balance staff, escapement and silicon hairspring. Coaxial escapement as envisioned by George Daniels of Britain. And the difference is that the friction in the coax is tangential, whereas it is a grinding, sliding motion with a lever escapement. So the tangential, which is delivered by both direct and indirect impulses, it is less than the sliding friction of a conventional Swiss lever. So advantage coaxial, that is the purpose. It is still probably the most exotic escapement you can get for under $50,000 today. What else can I say about the movement? Well, it's got a quirky 25,200 vibration per hour beat rate due to the silicon hairspring, blackened and polished screws, and arabesque Côte de Genève, and as you can see, it's a 39 joule movement with a fairly large diameter. Again, a 60-hour reserve and a double quickset system for the annual calendar. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.